Our next guest is Al Christensen, North Dakota's Mr. Energy. That's what I call him anyway. Business Development and Governmental Affairs Manager is what his company, Great River Energy, calls him. Nice to have you back, Al. How are you?
I'm wonderful, Scott and Todd.
I think that was Congressman Kevin Kramer who gave you the title Mr. Energy, in case you wanted to know. So I'm just doing what I was told, and I think it's a due and proper title for a great guy. So thanks for taking the time to chat with us today on the program. How's everything at Great River Energy?
Everything's great at Great River Energy. Everything's moving along. We're having a good year and continue to enjoy doing business in North Dakota and serving the great people that are our customers.
Remind people, how many employees, how many plants, what are you guys doing here in the great state of North Dakota?
In North Dakota, we have 2 coal-fired facilities that are up and operating. Coal Creek Station, about 240 employees. Spiritwood Station over by Jamestown, we're running around 60 employees there. We're also the majority owner of the 2 ethanol plants, Blue Flint and Dakota Spirit. Overall, our company, we have around 900 employees, with the rest located in Minnesota. However, the Falkirk mine, which serves Coal Creek Station, has around 400-some employees that are all dedicated to the fuel supply for GRE.
And you mentioned Minnesota, the home base for Great River Energy. You're is it number 2 energy provider for homes and businesses in Minnesota now?
Yes, we're behind Xcel. We'd be number 2, the number 1 co-op.
Number 1 co-op. Interesting. So always good to know, the folks that are here providing affordable, reliable energy for us, and appreciate you give us a little run-through on how things are going at Great River Energy. I wanted to talk to you today about fly ash, and specifically the sale of fly ash from the Coal Creek Station. First of all, what is it?
Okay, well, when you burn coal, you're burning coal to get thermal energy, but in the project of burning the coal, you get 2 things. You get fly ash, and it's named because it's light and it flies out the top with the air. And you get bottom ash, which falls out the bottom because it's heavier. So what fly ash is, it's made up of mainly 4 elements: aluminum, silica, iron, and calcium. It comes out it's a tan powder. It's a consistency of baby powder. It flows like water, and the reason it flows like water is it's made out of little glass spheres, because in nature, when you burn something, the easiest form for anything to take when it's melted is into a drop. And so the smaller these spheres are, the more valuable they are in the market.
So, the term fly ash has been around, although not necessarily using it. I think it's neat how that you're promoting the use of fly ash and explaining, because really it's in addition to affordable energy and reliable energy, it's another way that people can support the industry by using products that have fly ash in them, right?
That's true, and it goes way back to they used to use volcanic ash, Scott, into the making of the concrete, and so that's where it started. And of course, that flew up in the air too, so the name goes way back to there. And
the buildings and structures rather that contain fly ash from the Coal Creek Station near Underwood are where? Where are they?
They're all over the upper Midwest. Some of the facilities that people would know, Coal Creek fly ash is in the Interstate system in North Dakota. Any concrete that was poured after the mid-'90s has around 30% of the Portland cement replaced with Coal Creek fly ash. The Twin Stadium, the Viking Stadium, the I-35 bridge that was rebuilt, that has a large percentage of fly ash in it. Minnesota Interstate, the National Energy Center at Bismarck College, the Heritage Center, Fort Mandan, Lewis and Clark building. In North Dakota, just about any concrete that is poured has some Coal Creek fly ash in it, because it makes better concrete, and it's less expensive for the producers because fly ash is cheaper than Portland cement.
All right, so if somebody's listening and say, hey, this is a good idea, is this something whoever you're buying your concrete from, you let it be known that you want them to use fly ash, or how do you I love the idea you're promoting, and I'm just wondering where people take this.
Well, in most cases, and probably 95% of the time, there's just fly ash in every concrete mix. Usually it would be people asking not to have it because they have reservations from things that happened 100 years ago. But no, in North Dakota, just about every producer uses it because it does make better concrete, and it is better for their bottom line. And environmentally, it's better because for every ton of fly ash that you use in replacement of Portland cement in a concrete mix, you save 0.8 tons of CO2 into the atmosphere. Making Portland cement is a very high energy. You have to mine the materials. and it's very high intensive energy when they make it in the kilns. So you get less CO2 by using fly ash plus better concrete.
And how do you go about promoting this? What do you do to get the word out about this? What kind of things go ahead.
We do a lot of demonstration projects. We've done like the Heritage Center parking lot. We've done those things. We belong to a lot of associations, the North Dakota Ready Mix Association, the American Coal Ash Association, which covers the United States. And actually, Great River Energy has had 2 people that have been chairman of the national organization, including myself. And the biggest promoter to start with was Professor Emeritus at UND years ago named Oscar Mance. He would be considered the grandfather of fly ash in North Dakota. And then the EERC took over a lot of the research and stuff to get this going. So it's been something that's been developed. We've been making it a very big business since 1997. We were in it in the late 80s. But it's really been promoted by doing demonstration projects, by getting all the testing standards, and then we entered in 1997, went with a marketer that is the nation's largest marketer that helps us market into North Dakota, South Dakota, Kansas, Nebraska, Minnesota, Manitoba, Colorado, Montana. So we are considered, Coal Creek is considered either the number 1 or number 2 quality fly ash in the country. I always say it's number 1.
Did you know what Oscar Mance had on the back of his vehicle?
He did have a license plate that said fly ash.
He did, exactly right. The reason I know that, it's in my garage right now, I think. One of them, because Oscar actually is the grandfather of my stepson and stepdaughter. So wonderful family, and I know they've been real big on fly ash for a long, long time. So I loved it when I get a chance to talk about it today on the program and hear a little bit about it with you as well. Anything else you want to tell our listeners?
Well, we produce about 500,000 tons of fly ash a year at Coal Creek Station. And, of course, it's produced year-round, and usually the market in the northern climates is only for like 8 months where there's a big usage. So we had to put a lot of infrastructure in place along with our marketer. We have a storage dome at the plant that holds 100,000 tons. We have storage terminals in Fargo, built a new one just outside of Jamestown. There's a storage terminal in Denver, and then any of the ready-mix producers have it. And the other thing I'd like to say, Scott, is, people think about recycling, reusing products, and they always talk about the most successful one is aluminum cans. But if you took in 1 year of ash that we sell, and in weight, it would take just under 25 billion aluminum cans to equal the weight of the fly ash that we sell into the market. That's 25 billion with a B.
That's amazing. Now we know. If you didn't already, now you do. Mr. Energy himself has got us all fired up about fly ash. Al Christensen, good to catch up with you, sir.
Yes, take care, Scott and Todd, and have fun, and make sure Todd treats you right.
Well, yeah, it's kind of a full-time job trying to make sure he does that. But
he's taking all the ones out of my wallet today,
I appreciate the encouragement of that very much. Thank you, Al. Al Christensen,
Yep.
Great River Energy, talking fly ash today.